Press that. Alright, we should be coming back up. Hang on. I'll explain what happened in a minute. Gotta use the bathroom. When they know the bitch was fucking on the tour bus. But yeah, um, there's a plugin on my Stream Deck that decided to randomly start acting weird yesterday. I didn't think it was going to be a problem today. I figured it was going to be a one-time thing yesterday, but Yeah, for some reason, when this plugin starts to wig out, it causes everything on my computer to just start acting weird. Like, it literally shut down Chrome yesterday. Like, I couldn't even open the task manager. Like, my whole computer just act like it didn't know what the hell to do. So I had to restart it. And now I deleted the plugin. I deleted the plugin before I restarted the stream. So hopefully it won't be a problem anymore. And or at the very least, hopefully I can at least finish the stream. But yeah, that wasn't an OBS problem. That was something else that in turn it made, like I said, it makes everything, it was making everything on my computer completely shut down and crap out. I'm gonna probably delete this plugin too because this shit is just a fucking waste. It's like wants to work half the time. Like, fuck. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. We are the way. The jungle. Welcome to the jungle. In the jungle, welcome to the jungle, my, my serpentine.
消すと言われて消される玉じゃねえんだ俺は。
スター、それは僕さ。
You got a while to go. Going to be a wild card, first time won't be your life. Bro, where is this coin? Living a dream. Literally doing the treasure log. Hmm. Let's try this.
世界最高の戦争を始めようぜ。
え
蹂躙してやる。うるせえよ。しゃがるな。愚かなことだ。こんなバカなことはない。まだ俺戦力にもならねえ。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
俺の縄張りだ。誰も立ち入るな。ほっとけねえな。加勢するか。
部下一人のためにあれを相手にするとはさすがはいけるです。
こいつは痛えぞ。
やろうとも援護するぞ。
しゃあ一応ホワイトラン解明発見。しゃあ
うまくいかねえこともあるもんです。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。じゃねえぞ。
腰抜けだ。それでいい。
こいつはとっ捕まえて監獄にぶち込んでやる。ラン逃がさねえぜ。部下に合わせる顔もねえ。そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けが。あれが4個。宮氏と肩を並べる大海賊かい。始めようや子供。
こちら戦闘
付近に到着した。これより任務を開始する。
沈みにしてやる。やい、ドラブレ
思い通りにならんこともある。
二度と立ち上がるな。てめえの相手は骨が折れんだ。
大した手柄だ。
Smash, job,
無
bro.
様すぎるだろ。おら
礼は言っておくぜ。
なんて野郎だ。ガードを破るとは。
もろすぎるだろう。この俺と同列だってんならそれくらいやってもらわねえとな。
油断してやっぱり怪しい。探りに来て正解だっちゃけどね、サボ。
ここを抑えられればいろんな国の闇を暴けるかもしれね
手を組んでやる。足手まといなら見捨てるがな。
てめえも四皇なんだ。俺と組むだけの実力はあるんだろうな。拙者こいつらまともじゃねえ。ゾーン系のその程度。ギフターズと大差ねえ。誰が四皇、親父と肩を並べる大海賊かい。
やっぱり来たね、革命軍。
こいつはとんだ大物が出てきやがった。だがここまで来て引くわけにもいかね
正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。幕を徹底的に消し潰せ。
突撃だ、野郎。
こいつは痛えぞ。勝って当然。ほら、白ひげだ。
Showed them the real power of the King of Beasts.
また生きちまった。
Oh, I don't even have Jack at level 5. I think maybe that's what I gotta do. Maybe I gotta get him to level 5 and it gives me his gold coin. Why the fuck is my memory usage so damn high? Oh, what is going on with this thing? My whole computer's just locked up right now for no fucking reason. Like, what is going on? Why is this shit acting weird? Like, what is going on? Something on my computer keeps like making my memory usage ramp up. I don't fucking get what's going on. The fuck is going on with this shit? All this shit keeps acting up. Excuse me. Why will it not fucking remove this? Like, what is going on? Emotions, money, emotions, back on my bullshit, double emoji. Why will this shit not delete? Like, what is going on? annoying and weird right now. All these sauces and stuff, and look at the rest of the rest. Look at the rest of these ones too.
「世界最高の戦争を始めようぜ!」
珍しいものを見せてやろう。
うるせえよ。出しゃばるな。貴様、面白い体をしているな。俺も硬さには自信がある。こいつは痛え。どっちが硬いか試してみるか。奴の剣を長く受け続けられた方が勝ちだ。
悔しい。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。
You know, I just realized it took me till now to realize that the side characters that accompany you in your missions are based on who you pick.
やられたか。
Especially based on something what I read when I was looking up shit about how to get the gold checkpoints.
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
こいつは痛えぞ。ふざけんじゃねえぞ。
私の力必要なら貸すとしよう。
大変だ。怪我してる人が。
どうした？俺は医者だ。傷を見せてみろ。
よかった、医者だ。俺も医者だ。
こいつは痛えぞ。
お前らがこの人を許さないぞ。
任務中止。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
この世における最強生物っての本当らしいな。
いざって時に使えねえやつほどくだらねえものはねえ。こいつは痛え。
こちら戦闘マン。目標付近に到着した。これより任務を開始する。
これ以上戦う意味もねえ。やりたきゃ勝手にやってろ。恨むなら弱え自分を恨め。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
やりやがって。情けね
正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。
Smash!
悪
Bitch!
を徹底的に消し潰せ。
Kainu versus Kaido? Oh no, Fujitora.
一番いい。
よし、手を組もう。よろしく
Stepping
ね。
on that.
しばらくは手を組んでやってもいい。
こいつは痛えぞ。足の負け。期待させやがって。こ 親父とためを張るだけは
だらしねえ奴らばかりだな。
こいつは痛えぞ。
Is it I me okay?
勝ったな。
Smacked him
カ
with
ー
my
ドの予
billy
言通り
club.
だ。
また生きちまった。
Hey, we didn't get Jack this time. Okay, no, never mind. It randomizes. To a degree. Like, it gave me all zone types, I believe.
世界最高の戦争を始めようぜ。
珍しいものを見せてやろう。
狼に喧嘩を売るとはしまよったか。こいつは痛えぞ。だだ別に死ねえ。どんなゾーン系か。戦力に加えてギフターズを指揮させるのもいい。終わりだ。さあなんだこいつは。ゾーン系もその程度。ギフターズと大差ね。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。だだストローマンに頼るまでもない。
時間だ。これより加勢する。
そいつが息子だって白ひげ血もつながっていねえのにか。まんままんま。
くだらねえこと言ってねえでかかってきたらどうだ。ずらららら。誰だか分かってんのか。このゴミどもが。
その並外れた破壊力。化け物だ。もはや誰にも止められまい。
Damn.
冗談じゃねえぞ。
Obliterated them all.
引くしかないだと。本当に誤算だ。期待させやがって。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
沈みにしてやる。
だだ
引くしかねえ。これで死ぬわけにはいかねえんだ。
いつも覇王色。何人もいらねえんだよ覇王なんて。この俺と同列だってんならそれくらいやってもらわねえとな。こうなっては手の打ちようがない。いつも覇王色。何人もいらねえんだよ覇王なんて。
百獣を束ねる者はこうだ。
Big man. Competing.
今度会ったら生かしちゃおかねえ。
リンリン、お前の顔は見たくねえ。おとなしく引っ込んでろ。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
てめえも四皇なんだ。俺と組むだけの実力はあるんだろうな。
こちらキザル到着しましたんでオープン願います。遅いね。
こいつはいて
せいぜい用心なすって。ここはわしが守るのでね。休むといいよ。
こいつはいて
この縄にはわしが守る。協力これはかなわない。
ゾーン系もその程度か。ギフターズと大差ねえ。
せいぜいお気をつけなすって。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
ねえコビ君、やっぱりルーシーのこと好きなんでしょ。
いえ、敵です。
こいつはいてえぞ。
だだ。
ええな、こにゃろ。あれはルフィさん。
わしも立つ瀬がないね。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
さすがね。私も見習わないと。
俺を怒らせるな。こいつはいてえぞ。正義の勝利で
Got his
悪
ass.
を徹底的に消し潰せ。一位
For the double dose.
してやられたな。ジョー。俺も一重にてめえが
Sorry, I had guilty card.
百獣を束ねる者はこうだな。
正義が引くことなど許されん。
手貸してくれてありがとな、コビ。やったルフィさんと一緒に戦えたぞ。
ほら、敵とか言いつつやっぱり内緒にするから話そうよ。
いや、俺は足を引っ張らないように頑張ります。今だけだぞ。俺は認めてねえからな。やった、僕たちの勝利だ。
また生きちまった。
The niggas are coming. The niggas are coming. With noses, or with noses, or which notice.
世界一の戦力を見せてやる。
Rip my motherfucking heart out. I rip your motherfucking heart out. In GTA. In GTA. Conqueror of 3 worlds, Ragnarok Kid.
戦争の始まりだ。
だだ、俺たちの勝利をカードも予言している。ストローマンを頼るまでもない。
恩恵か。戦力に加えてギフターズを指揮させる大三勢。
なんか嫌な予感がすんだよな。じいちゃん、用事ってなんだろう。
情報通り来たぞ。奴を撃ち取れ。
これより加勢します。
少々侮ったようじゃわい。
ゾーン系もその程度。ギフターズと大差ねえ。
百獣を束ねる者はこうでなく
方が上手なのか。じいちゃん、どういうことだよ。よくわかんねえけど襲われたぞ。
久々に鍛えてやろうと思ってな。俺、次はわしが相手じゃ。大三勢。今日のところは負けといてやるわ。そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
おお、強えじゃねえかよ。
大徳大名八景。まあ、
How the fuck did you dodge that, Kobe?
こっからはわしも力を貸してやるわい。
よっしゃ、お前となら負ける気がしねえ。怖いんです。
あいつたち相手に何遊んでやる。どいたら狼のお出ましだ。恐竜火炎八景。ゾーン系か。 戦力に加えてギフターズを指揮させるのもいい。
ここはもらっておいてやる。
クロコダイル懲りずにまた。でも私だけじゃどうすれば。こんなところで
期待させやがって。
強いなんて頼もしいの。
いざって時に使えねえやつほどくだらねえもんはねえ。
あれはネフェルタリ家のどうやら元七部会がまた悪さをしてるようで。降参ぜ
ラグナロク。
こちらキザール到着しましたんで応答願います。
こいつらまともじゃねえ。気は済んだ。お見事。噂通りの実力だけが全てを。
恐ろしい力を秘めているね。
これ以上戦う意味もねえ。やりたきゃ勝手にやってろ。その程度でよく俺に挑もうと思った。
いいぞ、もっとぶっ飛ばせ。
アラバスタの件ご迷惑をおかけしやした。七部会の番号は政府の席でございやす。
そんなこと頭を上げてください。それにアラバスタは救われましたから。
降参ぜラグナラク。これも因果でございやしょう。降参ぜ正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。悪を徹底的に消し潰せ。恨むなら弱い自分を恨め。
すごい、これなら勝てそうだわ。
正義が引くことなど許されん。降参ぜラグナラク。この血は抜かせやせん。この血は誰にも譲らねえ。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
さっさとかかってこい。
改めて俺を処刑してみるか。やるだけ無駄だろうがな。
Bro, where the fuck is this guy? Like, Jesus Christ!
休むといいよ。
昇竜火炎発揮。
ね
これは効くね。
期待させやがって。
百獣を束ねる者はこうで
生き恥をさらすな。降参ぜラグナラク。まさかこれは済んだ。そうじゃ、敵に遠慮はいらんぞ。昇竜火炎発揮。ライト。もう終わりか。降参ぜ。兵道も
Up in the corner.
勝ちやした。うらららら。
Still no Jack.
世界一の戦力を見せてやる。
速やかに終わらせてやろ
うるせえよ。しゃがるな。
妨害を排除する。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
百獣を束ねる者はこうだ。ほっとけねえな。加勢するか。
大徳大名発
程度でくたばりゃしねえよ。
降参ぜ。
射撃の機会を伺う。その間あいつを援護してくれ。
ここでくたばるわけにもいかねえ。撤退だ。
気は済んだ。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
これはまずい事態だな。さあ、片っ端からかかってこい。俺を傷つけられる奴はいねえのか。
凄まじいなカイドウさん。もう誰もあの人を止められない。
俺を怒らせるな。降参ぜ。
待たせた。あとはわしに任せておけ。
大徳
せいぜいお気をつけなさい。
秋だけが全てを。よし、改めて俺を処刑してみるか。やるだけ無駄だろうがな。ゾーン警戒。戦力に加えてギフターズを指揮させるのも降参ぜラグナラ。
わしの立つ瀬がないね。
恨むなら弱え自分を恨め。
いいじゃねえか。その勢いで蹴散らしちまえ。
若い海兵の育成も大目付の役目か。ゴビー、周辺の海賊を捕らえてこい。
追いつくためだ。やってやる。
少々侮ったようじゃわい。
ゾーン系もその程度か。ギフターズと大差ねえ。
百獣を束ねる者はこうだ。これはまずい事態だな。
俺は狙撃士援護が花道。人知れず敵を撃ち抜き仲間を守る。
正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。悪を徹底的に消し潰せ。降参ぜラグナル。
よし、次は我々が直々に稽古をつけてやろう。ガープ、タラオ。
降参ぜラグナル。ちょっとは強くなったか。試してやるわ。
ガープ中将が今日こそは一本取ってやるぞ。
心しろ。お前にやられるとは思ってもみなかった。ジョーカー、降参ぜもひどい。君が弱えせいだ。
やったすごい。
正義が引くことなど許されん。
俺の狙撃の腕を買いたいというのは君だ。そこまで言うなら力を貸そう。
俺も一緒に戦うぜ。
乾杯だ。遊びじゃねえんだよ。
へえ、美味しいとこ持ってくじゃねえか。
生きてりゃ思い通りにならんこともある。そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けが。
これが百獣を束ねる男の実力か。
You deserve it.
ほう、成長したな。ならば最後の相手は私が務めよう。さあ、お前の正義を見せてみろ。
はい、胸をお借りします。
当然の結果だ。古代種の力侮ってもらっては困る。
this other mission. If I can remember the name.
「世界一の戦力を見せてやる」
戦うからには勝つわよ。
あなたについていくわ。よろしくな。
俺の縄張りだ。誰も立ち入るな。
いいじゃない、そのまま沈むのよ。
やられたか。本気でやる。
せいぜい俺の役に立て。
さあ、片っ端からかかってこい。俺を傷つけられる奴はいねえのか。
今日のあなたの活躍、歴史に残るんじゃないかしら。
秋だけが全てを。
ガープ、またお前の孫が騒ぎを起こしたぞ。お前はしばらくせんべい禁止だ。
なんでルフィのせいでわしがせんべいを我慢せにゃならんのじゃ。許さんぞ。
うるさい。私が苦労する横でいつもバリバリせんべい食べよって。
俺たちも暴れてやるぜ。
俺が行く。
大名発見。
私に任せて。
生きてりゃ思い通りにならんこともある。そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。おしる
そのまま進みなさい。立ち止まっちゃダメよ。キャンディーズ
火炎大公笑顔漂流
戦況を見誤ったか。
ゾーン系もその程度。ギフターズと大差ね
そうそう、その調子でさっさと片付けて。
調子に乗るなよ。
お前の力貸してもらうぞ。
降参ぜラグナラク。ぶっ潰してやる。ほっほっ邪魔するやつは潰してやる。降参ぜラグナラク。
私も出ようかしら。
火炎大公そういう火炎大徳大名八景。思い切りやってやる。秋だけが全てを凌駕せ。容赦しねえぞ。降参ぜラグナラク。山な野郎はぶっ飛ばす。大徳雷鳴八景。子孫じたが火炎大
Sweet
公
time with that one.
そういう火炎八景。
見るといいがね、この脳による芸術の美しさ。私の飴で作る芸術の方がはるかに立派さ。
降参ぜラグナラク。大徳雷鳴八景。バカな俺がこの程度でくたばりやがって。大看板がこのざまかジャック。
頼もしいわ。
このままではまずいがね。心をためにニューカマー憲法の勝利よん。
うらららら。
Negotiate. Yeah, nope. They gotta be on your team.
世界最高の戦争を始めようぜ。
気を引き締めて。油断は禁物です。
たわごとはあの世で抜かすことだな。こいつは痛え。それ
これより縄張りの守備に当たります。この手で。
あとは俺がやる。
俺だけ逃げてきちまった。許してくれ。あんな奴に勝てるわけねえ。
最後まで戦えなくてすみません。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
よし、俺の指示通りだな。
やれ。選びが狂ったな。こいつは痛えぞ。消えちまえ。
時間だ。これより加勢する。
くだらねえ時間を過ごした。その程度でよく俺に挑もうと思った。
百獣を束ねる者はこうでなくてはな。
こちらサイドの誰がどう変わろう任務に支障はない。
君は素質があるよ。鍛えてやろう。
私の集めた猛者たちと戦ってみるといい。
こやつの修
Lucci
行
in
の
a
相手ですよ。
blender.
レイディ、そなたの頼みならば引き受けよう。
こちら戦闘マン、目標付近に到着した。これより任務を開始する。
Sorry. For what I am about to do to you, Tom.
助かった。もしかしてあなたが救ってくれたんですか？
その通りだ。俺がお前のヒーローだ。ついノリで見え張っちまったが、本当はお前がやってくれたんだろ。俺の狙撃の腕を買いたいというのは君だ。そこまで言うなら力を貸そう。
沈みにしてやる。オラブレ
引くしかないだと。なんという誤算だ。
ゾーン系もその程度。
Say it.
ギフターズと大差ねえ。さすがだカイドウさん。その桁違いの力恐ろしいぜ。
誰じゃ我らの虜を勝手に消したのは。
なんて野郎だ。前のガードを破るとは。
そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。
いつその調子でやっちまえ。
正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。悪を徹底的に消し潰せ。バカなことはない。恨むなら弱え自分を恨め。
百獣を束ねる者はこうで。
こいつは痛え。こらいけねえ。ここは足の負け。そんなんだからろくに処刑もできねえんだ。腰抜けだ。さすがだカイドウさん。その桁違いの力恐ろしいぜ。
わらわの虜に手を出す。石になりたいようじゃな。
一枚
機関よ、不届き者。
I'm sorry.
見舞い
I
な
had
し
to do it.
このままでは済まさぬぞ。
いつも覇王色。何人もいらねえんだよ覇王なんて。
百獣を束ねる者はこうでな。なかなかやるな。次の相手は私の弟子だ。
急に何の用だよレイリー。こいつと勝負しろって。
こいつは痛え。てめえには積もり積もった恨みが存分に晴らさせてもらうぞ麦わら。
どうにもならねえのか。
何の王になるわけじゃねえ。小僧。
いつその調子でやっちまえ。
正義が引くことなど許されん。
見事なものだ。最後は元ロジャー海賊団のこの男だぞ。
自然にしてやる。
レイリー、こいつか。
With that brutal
話し
breath!
てたやつは。
That hot ass breath! That stinky ass breath! Oh yeah!
よーし、みんなご苦労。
また生きちまった。
I got a level 5. You gonna give it to me? Yes, it did. I got the gold coin. supposed to use. Don't
力
flee.
のねえやつは逃げ出し
Don't
な。
flee. Don't flee. Don't flee. Well, I don't necessarily think I have to. Oh, goody.
Ore 俺に逆らうゴミは消すだけだ。うるせえよ。しゃがるな。色ホワイト。アスリート。アスリート。パラサイトはあしらが守りやしょう。色ホワイト。パラサイト。これで終わりだ。逃げてみろ。甘いと。甘いと。天夜叉のあんたは市民に与えた苦しみ思い出していただきやす。オーバーヒートドラ地獄を見せやしょう。パラサイトわらびでとフルブライト。うまくいかねえこともあるもんです。消すなら今のうちだろう。その強さ心強いな。パラサイト。
不甲斐ない者たちじゃ。もうよい。わらわが参る。
おっと。これで終わりだ。オーバーヒート。
ニューカマーへの道を歩むのよ、ゲレゲレバー。今日こそスイーツドレスを着せてあげる。
そういや奇跡の人に逆らうんじゃないわよ。
断る。俺はレディーを
Oh
愛す
my
るために
god.
生まれてきた男だ。
無礼者。わらわは帰る。お前と同じ空気を吸っていとうない。
お前が七部会でいられるのそう長くなさそうだな。
だから言わんこふっちゃなセベル。
だだマイト。パラサイト。
俺は本来交換希望者だ。手は貸すが乖離する気はない。
パラサイト。パラサイト。フルブライト。俺が支配する。 当然だ。
何やられちゃったの？冗談じゃないわよ。
逃げてみろ、オーバーヒート。マイト鳥かご。どうだ、俺を殺したいか。生きてたどり着ければ相手をしてやる。加減を知らねえバカが。いいやらせとく。フルブラッド。覚えたわよ。鳥かご。
何があったって？曲げられない正義がある。
観念しろ。
ゴミどもの掃除は終わったか。
その強さ、心強い。
いけない。なんとかしなければ。
パラサイト。
海賊は悪です。見逃すわけにはいきません。
パラサイト。期待外れの弱さだったな。
てめえにゃ血も涙もねえのか。
パラサイト。
ここを攻める者の命は保証せん。
Bro, what the fuck? Why is my house?
どうだ、俺を殺したいか。生きてたどり着ければ相手をしてやる。加減を知らねえバカが。
Why is my health so low? What the fuck?
だから言わんこふっちゃなセブル。
パラサイ
ままならぬこともあるか。
ト。パラサイト。一条に安全な場所などねえ。
お前の強さは風王も覆すようだ。
最後まで戦えなくてすみません。
手間取らすんじゃね
何やられちゃったの？冗談じゃないわよ。
パ
I
ラサイ
have to be in my full force first.
ト。マイト。
エースイ、ルフィ、今はこいつとやり合うべきじゃねえ。
分かった。ここは引くぞ。
お前ら先に行け。ここは俺が足止めする。
昔からお前はそうだったな。なら俺たちも一緒だ。
アスリート。パラサイト。パラサイト。正義の勝利で幕を下ろす。悪を徹底的に消し尽くせ。
せいぜいを気をつけますって。
ブロックスレッド。ブロックスレッ色ホワイト。アスリート。これで終わりだ。オーバーヒート。色ホワイト。パラサイト。
いい戦果を期待してもいいかな。
生き恥をさらすな。
わしの立つ瀬がないね。
忘れこの道生かして返すつもりはねえんだ。
その強さ damn near dead.
強いわ。だから言わんこふっちゃなセブル。
I also think this is taking too long.
手組んでやってもいいぜ。俺の足を引っ張らなきゃ。
よし、ここは一旦手組むぞ。
正しくなけりゃ生きる価値なし。逃げてみろ。話は抜かせやせん。取り込んでガキばかりの一味が大人の邪魔をするんじゃねえよ。
いいじゃない。そのまま進むのよ。
パラサイト。
とうとう観念したっちゃべるね。さあ連れて行くわよ。
やめろ。俺は
あなた助かったわ。私も一緒に行くわ。決断はいつも突然よ。
あんたアーティスト組みたいの？しょうがないわね。
期待外れの弱さだったな。
さすがね。
Terrible.
片付いたか。こんな勝負負けようがねえが。
I had a feeling it was taking too long. Collaborators of destruction.
力のねえやつは逃げ出しな。
I needed Pika, not Diamante. Yeah, this is gonna be our last run either way. I don't like his full force burst because it turns him into a flying character. Like fully flying character, and literally none of his abilities are designed to be used while in flight. Besides overheat. The fuck? I thought I had that on. Is there not an ability to heal you? Hmm. Wow. I could have sworn there was an ability that could heal you, and I can't seem to find it. Oh, is it Doctor's Wisdom? Yeah, Doctor's Wisdom. Thing is I gotta give up two other slots. It should work.
容赦はしねえ。全てに決着をつけてやれ。たわごとはあの世で抜かすことだな。スキート逃げてみろ。オーバーヒート。バカな。俺がカイドウに報告されねえよ。ここで消しとかねえとな。いいぞトビー、敵を根絶やしにしてやれ。オーバーヒート。スキート。パラサイト。古い戦争してんじゃねえ。俺が壊し尽くしてやる。パラサイト。
どこかな。みんな。
かわいい。 いこっちにおいで。
親切な狼さん。
フルブライト。逃げてみろ。オーバーヒート。俺の縄張りをどうしよう。フラップスレッド。俺に服従を誓い。オップスレッド。イローホワイト。せいぜい調子づいてる。後でひねり潰してやる。お前には勝てねえと思ってたが、そうでもなかったみてえだな、カイドウ。
さすがは俺たちの王。これくらいは造作もないようだ。
What's up, Pip Tweet?
ありがとう。親切な狼さん、道を教えてくれるの？
最後のウサギは狼に食われると相場は決まってんだろうが。アスリート。
誰か助けて！食べられちゃう！
パラサイト。オーバーヒートウッド。パラサイト。フルブライト。
任務のためだ。加勢する。
カイドウのところでやり合いたくはねえが、こうなったら消すしかねえな。
油断したか。
面白い。これで終わりだ。
さすがは俺たちの王。これくらいは造作もないようだ。
おいおい、無様すぎるだろ。
運が悪かったな。
カイドウに報告されねえよ。ここで消しとかねえとな。
かっこいい！
オーバーヒート。
ビームす
って言ってる場合か。戦え！
すべてを終わらせる。これが最終戦争だ。パラサイト。フルブライト。糸の子。期待外れの弱さだったな。
げえなあいつ。
あいつにはかなわねえか。引っ込んだろ。
本当にありがとよ。俺の狙撃の腕を買いたいというのは君か。そこまで言うなら力を貸そう。
パラサイト。
よし、手を組もう。よろしくな。
ダメか。まあ仕方ねえ。戦場に安全な場所などねえ。
よし、俺の指示通りだな。
こりゃいかん。やられた分をやり返しとかねえとな。俺に服従を誓い。ショータイムはまだ終わらねえ。おっと、逃げてみろ。おっと、パラサイト。 ちはいい。
Okay. Don't know what the fuck that was.
終わったか。最高の結果だ。
Kept running it a little bit more, but don't worry about that. Bro, what the fuck? Just notice this shit fucking stop digging. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Alright, so as I was saying, we're gonna pick things up with more One Piece Pirate Warriors next week. But shout out to those of you who stuck around and enjoyed the gameplays. Whether it was for rivals or for pirates. Didn't even notice that the music stopped playing. None of the shots. Hold up. Put it on the block. Hold up. Put it on the block. Hold up. Yeah. You go to budget, yeah. You book your budget, yeah. It's real rappers, because these niggas weird. Now these niggas scared. Sipping up cheater. Yeah. But for now, we gonna transition into the closer. Things up here for One Piece. Um, Excuse me. I'm going to briefly step away. Not for real, bitch. Not for real, bitch. Not for real, bitch. Damn it, hey, come on. Just block the fuck in, nigga. Like, shit. I keep fucking spacing. When I close my eyes, dog. I see dead bodies when I close my eyes, dog. Yeah, I'm gonna briefly step away to get some more tea and bottles of water and get a bowl of cereal. And we gonna watch some YouTube videos. Y'all sit tight. I'll be right back. All right. First video: 10 games that make you weaker as you progress. From Game Ranks.
This dude,
We haven't watched the video from them
like that crow
in a while.
guy with the sniper is wicked. You got like someone else like this dude, which is Ajax, who is the character in itself is a dude.
As you probably know, most video games are a power fantasy. You get stronger, you beat bigger bad guys as you progress through the game. But that isn't true for every game.
I'm afraid.
Some games really beat you down. They take away what you already have and make your video game life way harder. So here are 10 rare games that actually make you weaker as you progress. Starting off at number 10, Red Dead Redemption 2. This does something that we've never really seen before in a big AAA game. It makes you weaker pretty deep into the game. Red Dead Redemption 2 is already kind of a weird game compared to other mainstream open world mass market games. It's purposefully slow, it's kind of willfully obtuse in just how all these interlocking systems work, with one of the most elaborate control schemes that we've seen from a mainstream game of this level. Rockstar really wanted to make this the most authentic feeling Wild West game ever, so of course you'd also get some old-timey disease in this game. So deep in the main game's story, Arthur Morgan is diagnosed with tuberculosis.
Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What do you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease. And
after your diagnosis, Arthur actually gets a permanent debuff, causing all of his cores to drain 20% faster. You also can't overeat to restore quickly. Food now actually has a limited effect, and Arthur will remain underfed no matter how much you try to eat to compensate, to simulate being sick. He'll also start coughing at a point. Later on in the game, the only way to refill your cores is through sleep. It's a punishing change in a game that is already surprisingly punishing. You gotta keep on that stuff. And it's the kind of thematic, unexpected change in such a big game that only people like Rockstar would really attempt. Also, not only does it affect gameplay a little bit, but it affects your heart because it's emotionally impactful and effective. And speaking of emotionally impacted, if you haven't subscribed yet, you should. If you do, it'll impact us emotionally. Thank you. Thanks for joining us on this ride. Anyway, next at number 9, Mio, Memories in Orbit. This is fresh off the Steam presses. This is a game that consistently makes you, the player, weaker the further you explore, and it's easily the most controversial aspect of this game. In this pretty hardcore Metroidvania, you lose 2 health circles right at the start of the game, and lose even more later on. Certain areas of the map will trigger an event that actually drains your health, making you die faster. That's an alarming debuff in a video game where enemies get stronger and stronger as you go. Interestingly, the game balances this permanent health penalty by doing the same to all the enemies. They're also a little bit weaker, but the trade-off isn't exactly 1-to-1. You're still at a disadvantage at the end of the day, and it's a brutal way to up the skill ceiling in a game that begs for comparisons to something like Silksong. Look, Mio does give you ways to mitigate the hit to your maximum health. There are upgrades that increase your HP, like in most Metroidvanias, but the critical difference here is that you're working your way back up to where you started, instead of a baseline where you're just getting more and more powerful. There are ways to avoid the health debuff by avoiding the areas, but you'll never know this on your first run. It's one of the nastiest video game gimmicks we've seen recently. Dark Souls punishes you for dying, but gives you ways to restore your health back before a boss. Mio takes your health forever and forces you to claw your way to getting it back. Next at number 8, the purest example of this whole idea for this list comes from a little known action RPG called Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption. This is actually a boss rush game. It's about taking on embodiments of the 7 deadly sins. It's pretty cool. You can choose what order to fight these bosses in, but there is a catch. So before summoning a new boss, you're forced to sacrifice something. You might sacrifice your maximum health, lose stamina, or make your weapons weaker. One boss will cause your shield to break if you guard too much, while, another one lowers your total health potions. It's a brutal system that forces you to carefully pick and choose what order you fight these bosses in. There are 7 bosses to choose from, and a final 8th boss you'll battle with every sacrifice made. Again, it's a boss rush mode, but it's one that requires you to learn these bosses back and forwards, figuring out what bosses require your full strength and what bosses you can take on while you're severely weakened. Gotta say, it's one of the meanest versions of this type of game, and one of the jankiest too. And it doesn't really have the basics down right. The controls are completely mixed up, parrying doesn't feel right, and nothing really works the way it should. Maybe that's the biggest sacrifice of all, but still, it's an interesting gameplay mechanic for a boss rush game. Next at number 7, Sifu, of course. This is a great example of getting weaker. If you don't know, it's a martial arts brawler, a really damn good one, where your character ages after every death. The number of years you lose after each death increases until you're starting to lose entire decades of your limited lifespan here. And then once you're too old, you'll just die permanently. After each decade, you'll also lose maximum health. Your maximum health decreases, but your damage increases. It's a trade-off that turns you into kind of a glass cannon, forcing you to get better or die faster. It's a cool way of simulating like the classic old master, where you could be a well-trained martial artist that's 80 years old and it looks like the wind could blow you over, but one perfect strike and you can still kill anyone with your damn bare hands. It's cool, man. It's a great game.
Not interesting. The fact that there's an aging system to it.
Along with that, you're also unable to learn skills from the skill tree at a point. Like a learned move stays learned, but you'll be blocked from learning anything new if you age up. It's a fun mechanic that forces you to just replay levels and really master them. The goal is to take advantage before you get too old. Really maximize your youth. Maximizing your remaining years is incredibly important if you want to take down this brutally difficult final boss. The last boss is on such a different level of already difficult stuff. It's insane. It's like the rest of the game feels like a training session. You're gonna want all your years you can spare for taking him down. Sifu is one of the coolest, most stylish, unique action games of the decade, and it's one of the most satisfying to replay over and over again, specifically because of this mechanic. It sounds hard, and it is really hard, but it's also just so interesting. Now at number 6, Metal Gear Solid 3. It's an awesome example of weakening the player in a really unexpected way. So late in the story, our hero is captured and tortured by the bad guys. During this pretty intense torture sequence, Snake actually gets wrecked by a gunshot, permanently blinding his right eye. And this isn't just a story injury either. Like, we're all used to video game protagonists just immediately bouncing back from brutal cutscene injuries, but there's a permanent change here. From this point on, entering first-person view blocks Snake's peripheral vision. He's blind in his right eye, so the player is too. In a third-person camera, you'll still see normally, but aiming down sights actually removes a small portion of the screen. A very, very small portion of the screen. Like, you'll have to look closely to notice the black murky area on the right. It's hard to miss, but still, it's cool that they included it. And the blindness feature is actually even more interesting in the 3DS port version of it. On 3DS, after Snake loses an eye, the actual 3D component of the 3DS, the slider, stops working. Snake has lost his depth perception, which is an important part of the plot, so the player loses it too. Unless you have your own 3DS, you can't really experience this feature. It's the sort of bonkers, small, little detail we've come to expect from Kojima games. It feels like no one else in big budget video game development is willing to just severely inconvenience or annoy a player for a small story detail like this, and we love them for that. Next at number 5, I feel like a lot of people that love freaky indie games they're all yelling at their screen right now because we haven't mentioned Fear and Hunger yet. This is a game that just prides itself on making you weaker. Make a few mistakes at the start and you'll just be struggling to survive with no arms. You're just headbutting monsters while you slowly bleed out. Fear and Hunger are like literal status effects in the game. If you're exposed to your fears or don't find enough food, you'll lose maximum health or take more damage from enemies. Yes, you can even lose your legs and limbs and crawl around on the floor. There are so many nasty status effects for this game. A lot of them are permanent or so difficult to cure that they might as well be permanent. That we can't discuss here for reasons of good taste, but Fear and Hunger is a sicko game, and the sequel really doubles down on this awfulness. You don't earn XP in this game, so battles are more likely to leave you with disabilities that don't go away. This can happen early in the game where it's bad enough, but if you're really crippled near the end, that might just completely ruin your current run. Most games on this list make you weaker in ways that the player can, somewhat overcome or adapt to. Fear and Hunger, it blinds you, it poisons you, it starves you, it infects you with intestinal worms. It's insane. Now at number 4, Pirates. Sid Meier's Pirates. This is a game that's really a race against your own mortality. This is a colorful, high seas pirate simulator, and you're on a quest for revenge against the Marquis that enslaved your family. You're free to explore the Caribbean, recruit shipmates, build up your pirate ship to take on bigger, more dangerous ships. This is a game that's all about progression, but there's one way you'll inevitably get weaker. Time passes in this game, so for every year you're menacing the 7 seas, your main character will age and become slower. At the start of the game, at your youngest, you'll have the fastest movement speed while dueling. If you're too slow and take too many years to actually reach the ultimate enemy, it can be impossible to defeat him in one-on-one combat. Your final challenge is a sword duel no matter what, and the older you are, the harder it is to win. You can overcome some of the effects of age with better, beefier equipment, better crew, a better, stronger ship, but you'll still need to fight the villain at the end of the campaign. The entire game is really a race against the clock to beat the bad guy before you're too old and too slow to fight. It's kind of an interesting twist on XCOM's Doomsday counter. There's no hard limit to getting older, but you're still working on borrowed time. And that's cool and creative.
A class. In this world, it is something that the goddess blesses us with.
You are classless.
Skills are a blessing from the goddess. They're not something you just choose to get yourself.
Even if I have no class or skills, I'm not going to let that discourage me. I'll fight strong opponents and get even stronger.
Jake, battery's dead.
Yep. Fucking mic. Fucking mouse.
Now down at number 3, Vampire or Vampire. It's the only game we can think of that makes becoming a blood-drinking creature of the night really kind of suck sometimes. No pun intended, sorry, I walked right into that. But like at the start of this adventure, your vampire is actually significantly weaker than a regular human. Like you can't go outside during the day for one, but if you're willing to use everyone in London for your next snack, you'll quickly become this all-powerful supernatural monster. Or you could be like us and choose the game's quote-unquote good path. Now in this game, you could play as an evil vampire or try to retain your basic humanity by refusing to drink blood. You can avoid drinking blood from any of the in-game NPCs, which is the only way to rapidly level up and unlock new abilities, so you're essentially saying no to getting better. Staying blood-free makes the game significantly more difficult. Enemies start to outpace you, making your choice to stay on the moral high ground more and more tempting. It really requires serious sacrifices.
Away with you! I shall fear no evil.
Now, we actually managed to beat Vampire without quenching too much of our vampiric thirst, and while you don't necessarily get weaker, the enemies do get a lot stronger. You're put in a constant disadvantage, forcing you to play this action game more like a survival simulator. It's a rewarding thing to earn a better ending, even if it's at the expense of ignoring one of the entire premises of the whole game, sucking blood, being a badass vampire. That's not a criticism. It's awesome that the developers really guilted us into playing the game in the more unoptimized way. A vampire game that actually feels like it has some ramifications. We love creative thinking like this in cool games.
This game I might.
Now, down at number 2, Lisa, the painful RPG. It lives up to its name, right? So this is a game where you're forced, multiple times, to make really big sacrifices. There's no way to avoid these moments either. Now, in this grungy, kind of cult indie RPG, you're a big oaf on a quest to deal with this like kidnapped little girl. And on the way, you'll meet all sorts of weird characters, and you can trade them for your own well-being. When confronting a gang of raiders, you'll be given a choice. You can either sacrifice a party member or lose an arm. This actually happens twice, so you can technically lose both arms in this game if you make certain choices. Losing arms is a pretty big deal in Lisa, but it isn't game ending. You'll lose the ability to wield certain weapons, and eventually no weapons at all if you lose both arms, and your in-game character shows these permanent effects. Still, you'd be surprised how far you can actually get with just your trusty headbutt attack to get you through these encounters. Later, there's an even more ridiculous section where you're actually forced to play Russian roulette with your own party members. The results are random every time, so escaping this sequence with only a couple of party deaths really is like the best possible option. There's literally no way to avoid this or cheat the results. Reloading just gives you different odds. You're always screwed. You'll have to sacrifice some party members no matter what. It's a mean, unskippable sequence in a game that's already designed to be brutal and mean and uncomfortable, and they definitely succeeded. And now, lastly, down at number 1, Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne. This is another kind of straightforward example of a game that makes you weaker in the Arthas campaign. At the start of the story, you're a leveled up Death Knight with all the abilities you're ever gonna need. By the end, you'll be level 2. Each subsequent level with the character Arthas has him lose a level, sometimes multiple, until he's basically back at the start.
I can't believe any of you survived the first purge. No matter.
This is him
After
before he
today,
fell,
your
got
self-righteous
corrupted.
order will cease to exist.
It's an interesting mechanic where you'll have the powerful hero to play around with at the very start of the campaign, but he becomes less powerful as you progress, forcing you to learn new strategies and use other unit abilities to actually overcome each challenge. The Lich King on the Frozen Throne is literally weakening as the story goes on, which weakens his followers, until you reach the very end. On the final mission, when Arthas is at his lowest, he'll finally be able to start earning XP and gaining levels again. At this point, you're likely to earn back everything you lost through the rest of the expansion campaign. You can easily go from level 2 to level 10 in this single mission, and Arthas becomes the top tier bad guy he was always meant to be. It's cool.
Cannot be matched.
Our hero has been killed. Complete.
This is the kind of thematic game mechanic that RTS games weren't really always known for. Warcraft 3 made you feel like an evil villain leading a doomed army, and the developers at Blizzard made getting weaker a lot of the fun. The payoff is incredible, and really, the payoff of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I'd love to know what you guys think about games where you get weaker as you progress. There are plenty of other games we couldn't fit on this list. We'd love to make a part 2, so let us know.
Like I
Is a
said,
game
a
making
game
you
like
weaker
that sounds
a bullshit mechanic?
counterintuitive,
Is it compelling?
but, like,
Sometimes can it be a little
I
dull?
know, you never
Let's
know.
talk. If you like this video, clicking the like button helps us out. And subscribing, like I said, we put out videos every single
Might
day,
be
so
able-
check
might
them out.
get in there and
But
find
thank you very much for
something-
watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
And
interesting
today,
about
right,
you.
to
You know, you might
22
find it that
animated
it might
horror
be
stories.
you might be
Clearly
able to
not
beat
doing all
beat
20
it.
of them, bro. I told y'all that last time, but guess what we gonna do? A good amount of them. We gonna do a few. Y'all know what it is. Hey, I love y'all. Thank y'all for showing
If you
so
really
much love
lock
on
in
this
on the
channel,
game.
bro. Y'all always, you know, just making me feel good, bro. So I appreciate that. Go ahead and like this video right now before we even start. Let's do it. Probably do about 4 of them.
I did deliveries for a popular fast food place in my town during the end of my high school years.
20 true animated
My friends
horror
all had
stories.
jobs there
DoorDash, I used to do
too,
that.
but they purposefully scheduled us on separate shifts to prevent us from goofing off. It ruined all the fun, but the money was still nice to have. Mostly I would have no interesting stories about my work days, but this one night was an outlier. It was the weekend and I was working until 10. The orders
Nigga walk like he got leg lengthening surgery.
were coming in steady, so I was doing deliveries one after the other. I was going in, grabbing the bag, driving to the house, and repeating that process non-stop. I think it was around 9 when I got this order, but I can't say for sure because I was kind of mindlessly running the deliveries at this point. I got the bag and pulled up the GPS location for the address, then started driving. Halfway through the drive, I realized this was taking me in a different direction than usual. I'd been this way before, but there weren't a ton of houses over here, so most orders would be in the other direction. I drove, not thinking too much of it, until I saw on the GPS that I was 1 minute away. Looking around, I didn't know a single place I could be.
Bro, I used to hate stuff like that. And I was doing Amazon and it would say, oh, your package delivery is coming up. And there's no house, there's no house pulling up. And then sometimes I would get to where I was supposed to be and it'll be a little driveway. But then when you look past the driveway, it's just woods. So it'll be like a little entranceway, a big ass, I don't know, gate or something. And then behind the gate would just be woods. Like there was once a house here, but not anymore. And then you would look and have the message to the person and then be like, oh, this is the new address. And it would be 30 minutes on the other way that you was really at. Oh my God. I'm finna take your pay.
1 minute away from. There was nothing but trees and the road. No houses or shops. Literally nothing. Regardless, I drove until the GPS said I'd arrived, which was just a quarter-mile further down. I pulled off to the side and did one quick look around, just in case I was missing something. Then I called the customer. The phone rang for a while before they finally picked up. Hey, I drove to the address you put in, but it doesn't seem to be right. Can you please confirm the address? I asked, hoping he just made a typo or something.
It's finna scare us.
He repeated the address back to me, but it was the same as the one I had in my GPS.
Well, I'm here.
Then he said something I wasn't expecting. Wait, I think I see you. I looked up ahead, and down the road, there was a person waving at me.
Man, what the okay. For sure.
I drove up next to him, but I had a bad feeling in my gut. I rolled the window down, and he immediately started apologizing, saying the address was tricky to find sometimes. He pointed behind him, saying his house was down that road. This road he was
man, hell nah. Happy for you, sir. So you had this thing, I got goosebumps. So you got the 4-strip meal with the large fry. Here you go. Let me get out of here, bro, because there's no street lights out here either.
Referring to looked more like a half-beaten dirt walking trail that went through the forest. I smiled and said it was alright, handing him the bag through the window. He smiled back and thanked me, watching me as I pulled back onto the road and did a U-turn. I looked in my mirror at the man still standing on the side of the road and just thought to myself about how strange that was.
Man, hell no.
Not even a minute into the drive though, something started to feel wrong. My car...
He fucked my whip? See, now I'm just mad. Now you fucking with my car? Now I'm just upset.
There's no way.
Nigga, get your... Oh my God, bro.
was bumpy and leaning to the right, and it was getting increasingly worse by the second.
On everything I love, I'm pushing that bit. On everything I love, I'm pushing that hoe. No, I'm pushing it. The car gonna have to stop in the middle of the road. I can't go nowhere. I'm not stop. I'm riding on the rim. I don't give a fuck.
It started to feel dangerous to even drive, so I had to pull over. Before doing anything else, I called roadside assistance.
Take my glasses.
I didn't know what was wrong yet, or if it had anything to do with that man. But like I said, I had a bad feeling in my gut, and I wasn't taking any chances. After getting off the phone with them, I got out and looked at my tires. My front right tire was busted, and that was the tire closest to where the man was standing, so I put 2 and 2 together pretty quick. I looked back down the road where I came, and in the distance, I saw a figure walking towards me.
Oh my God!
I hurried into my car and locked the doors.
Man, hell, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let me think. What would I do? I mean, if I got back in my car, it's to cut it on and skirt. I'm telling you, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. You gonna have to catch me, bro.
He approached slowly, probably knowing the exact situation I was in. As the man got closer and closer, I contemplated whether or not to risk driving on my busted tire. But by some miracle, a truck came down the road and stopped behind me.
Woo!
They got out and asked if I was okay.
Hey, watch out for that guy back there.
I saw the man walking quickly back the way he came.
Oh, nah!
He was definitely about to do something.
Hey, for real, bitch! That's what you want? You a bitch! I'd have been mad as fuck. That's what you want? Fuck my tire up!
I took this opportunity to tell the man from the truck of my suspicions, and he stayed there with me until the roadside assistance truck came, which was only a minute later. I got the police involved, and I wasn't surprised to find out that the name and address the man ordered with was fake. I don't know what he was trying to do, but making me drive all the way out on an empty road hidden by the forest makes me think it would have been more than just a robbery.
Get that off my screen. Get that off of my screen.
I worked at my mom and dad's local restaurant. We were never a busy place, but it was enough to get us by. I ran the cash register.
Jesus Christ, look at this nigga's testicle skull. That was horrible. And people are behind him. People are behind him looking at him. So I know they be behind his back laughing. Tell him to cut that. Nigga looked like he got scrotum on the top of his head.
And occasionally would help out waiting tables and cleaning. My parents were really nice about giving me flexible hours whenever I needed for school or whatever. Over the summer though, I'd be working full 40-hour weeks, typically from the afternoon until closing. This was my second year working there, and during the last half of summer, my parents had me do the closing tasks for most nights. I'd be there for maybe 15 to 30 minutes after restaurant hours to count the money and clean up. It wasn't difficult or anything, but it was just a tiny bit of extra responsibility. Anyway, on this Friday night, my dad and I had a somewhat busier night than usual. We were the only 2 workers there, aside from the assistant cook. At closing, my dad helped me out for a few minutes, then locked up the front doors and left for the night. I had plans with a friend after work, so I was rushing to get everything done. When I finished, it was a few minutes past 11. I walked out the back door, which led to a small employee parking lot, but I was taken back when I saw some guy right next to my car.
See, this people fucking with people's car stuff, man. I can't get behind that.
He was looking through my windows, like he was trying to see what was inside.
I'm definitely hitting them with the, you alright? You alright? Yeah, I'm just messing with my car. That's not your whip, that's my shit. Watch out, get away from my shit. I gotta hit him with that.
Hey, get away from my car.
100.
He looked over at me, showing his face for a split second.
Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm back again. And I've been putting a lot of people on to this program called Free Cash for a while now. Check out one of my supporters.
What up? I'm out again.
On a video data. They have no list of apps in PayPal or phone playing things. If you, I showed you, there's a
then get a good to the tree.
Doing something that y'all already do should really be all the convincing that you need, bro.
Then ran into the trees behind the parking lot.
Oh, nah.
I didn't see him long enough to get a good look, but the only feature I could really make out was his long, unkempt, and patchy beard. He was a freaky looking guy, and I was feeling really uneasy as I drove away. A couple days passed, and on this night, it was just me and the assistant cook working the closing shift. It was a weekday, so it was slow, but just 20 minutes before closing, a guy walked through the door.
We're closed, sir. We're not doing that today. Everything's washed already. I'm not making nothing else.
He sat at a table without saying anything. Now, this was one of those restaurants where you go up to the register first to order, then sit down. So this was kind of weird. I waited for a few minutes until I walked up to his table and asked if he liked to order anything before we closed. It was
I'm not getting too close.
Then that I saw his long, patchy beard and recognized him as the guy from the other night. I was so caught up in my thoughts I didn't hear his response. I tried to tell him to leave, but I stuttered, and it came out with zero confidence and assertiveness. He looked me in the eyes and
I'm not scared of you, nigga.
asked for a dark roast coffee, completely ignoring what I said.
Dirty mouth that
I turned around.
And you took his order? The guy that was at your car was at your looking through it, came through the next day, ordered something after you told him, hey, you gotta go, and you still took the nigga order.
And put the order in.
What?
I thought maybe this was all a misunderstanding somehow.
I treated him like we was at the bar. Can I get a card on file?
I'm pretty sure that was just me lying to myself to make me feel less scared of him.
Tell the cook.
He sat at the table, staring ahead until his coffee was ready. I walked it over to him and reminded him that the place closed in 10 minutes.
Ain't even give him a to-go cup.
So he'd have to leave soon. Of course he didn't respond, so I walked away. I went up to the assistant cook, who I never really talked to before, and told him about this guy and my uneasy feelings I got from him. He patted me on the shoulder and said to get started on cleaning for him. Then he went to the front.
He finna go handle this.
I watched from over the counter as he nicely told the guy to leave.
You scared as fuck.
The man got up and made brief eye contact with
Whoa, how tall is this
me from across the restaurant, then turned around and walked to the door.
You gotta pay for
I
that
watched
coffee,
him
sir.
leave, and as he extended his arm to push the door...
Oh, snap! Hey! Nigga, you gotta be careful of a motherfucker like this. He's raw dogging his jeans. He ain't got no drawers on. Raw dogging his denim. And then he lifted up his... And he got a gun in the back. Bare ass in denim.
Open. A very easily recognizable object was revealed. A gun wedged in the back of his belt. I thanked the cook and told him everything in more detail so he understood my concerns. He called the police without even hesitating, and while they didn't find the guy, he never came back to the restaurant. I'm grateful for our assistant cook, who I'm keeping anonymous for his own privacy. He could have easily just left for the night and let me deal with my own problems, but his kindness likely saved my life that night.
He was from a smoke him?
When this happened, I was 23 and worked full-time at a pizza shop in my local area. I'm not sure if things were going on before this, but as far as I know, everything started and ended on this one night.
Tell me about it.
Me and my best friend, Tim, worked the night shifts at this pizza place. It was a real small shop, having just 3 or 4 tables inside, because we specialized in delivery and takeout. Both me and Tim got our jobs there while we were in college, but just never left. Being in a quiet, rural town too, the job wasn't too
That's unfortunate. Y'all niggas went and got degrees and still at the pizza shop?
much work. Never had busy days really, just a steady flow of orders sometimes. On this night, there was a light storm outside, and in return, business was slow. There were a few orders here and there, but overall we didn't have much to do. By 10 p.m., Tim suggested we started...
Y'all in there geeking. And I need the regional
I
manager to come in.
I can't stand the way this
up the
nigga
place, and maybe even
draws
clocking
his
out 15
characters
minutes
with
early.
these fucking bug eyes. and
I
shit.
went with it, grabbing some rags to wipe the tables with when the
that
phone at
pizza
the
look
front
good,
desk
though.
rang.
Well, the first two pizzas
I picked
look
up
good.
after a few
I don't
rings.
like olives like that.
How can we
And
help
I've
you
never
today?
had.
Hello?
I don't think I've
I
ever
waited
had
another
olives
5
on
seconds before putting the phone down and
somebody
shaking my
playing on the
head.
phone.
Just some prank call, I thought.
Bruh, oh my gosh,
Bruh,
there
we
was
used to
this
get prank
time
called at Dunkin'.
that my
We
friend's
used to get
little
prank called
brother
at Dunkin'.
called
These
McDonald's.
fucking little ass
prank
kids would be
calling
bored as shit.
right?
Calling us,
And
asking
they
for dumb
called
shit.
back telling my friend's little brother that they was finna call the police. And he kept, I don't know why, he was like, bro, can you please talk to him? Can you please talk to him? I'm like, hello? He was like, hey man, yeah, we about to call the police to come handle y'all. And mind you, we kids, so in my head, I'm like, damn, for real? I'm like, it was a misunderstanding. This. And he said, nah, I'm gonna call him. And then now that I'm older, right, and I'm thinking about it, man, y'all niggas get the fuck off my dick and hold this L, nigga. I'll hold this fucking prank call L. Talking about y'all gonna call the police. Watch out, nigga.
I went back to scrubbing the tables,
baby, and-
but at the front of the store, I saw a glare coming from the window. There was a car parked a few spots back. I couldn't see too well through the window in the
We got
rain,
5%.
but there was definitely a light on in the car, like a cell phone or something. The pizza shop was on an individual lot, and there were no other cars, so that was the only reason I noticed them. A moment later, the phone rang again. Tim was closer, so he picked up
Tim
this
happy
time.
as hell.
I could hear someone's muffled voice coming from the phone, and after a short talk, Tim hung up. At the same time, the light in the car turned off, and they drove away. I told Tim what I saw, and how it was a little weird, but he shrugged and said it was just some old man who was ordering a pizza for delivery. I looked back at the now empty parking lot. It wouldn't make much sense for someone to order a pizza for delivery from right outside the shop, so I figured Tim was right and it was nothing. He started making the pizza while I continued cleaning. 10 minutes later, Tim boxed it up and handed it off to me to deliver. I ran through the rain to my car, then pulled up the address on my phone. 11 minutes
Check the
away.
back seat.
Not too bad. I pulled out and started making my way there. The roads were dead, nobody out at all. Google Maps took me down to a neighborhood full of large homes, then had me turn down a long driveway that led to a cul-de-sac where there were 3 more driveways, each leading to a different house. I went down the one Maps told me to and pulled up next to the home. It was one of those large expensive houses, but pretty old looking and not very modern at all. I parked the car and double-checked the address with the house number, then picked up the pizza and ran up to the front door.
Hello? Pizza delivery.
I took a step back and looked at the front of the house. All of the lights were off. I dialed Tim's cell and had him call the guy who ordered. My phone buzzed a moment later, and Tim told me that his call went straight to voicemail.
Now, see, they playing.
See, I would have did.
Oh, this is what I would have
You
did.
ain't about
I
to
would have
get
went
this
in the
pizza.
car, sat down, and I would have been like, I hope we don't answer. Because I'm finna have a nice piping hot pizza on the way back to work.
I
Facts.
shook my head in frustration and ran back through the rain to my
Facts.
car.
Let me get
and
back
got
to the
in.
car. There we go.
I tossed the pizza on the passenger seat and started backing out. This wasn't out of the ordinary, getting fake orders or dead deliveries, but it still annoyed me every time.
Jump
When I got back,
baby.
Tim was cleaning and said there were no more orders, so we were good to finish up and head out. I tossed the pizza in the trash and started helping him.
Why would you throw it in the trash,
Both of us
nigga?
were in
What
the
the
back,
fuck is wrong with
cleaning the ovens and wiping the prep counters, when a sudden bang came from the front of the building. We looked at each other,
That sounded like
then
a gunshot.
ran to the front. At first, we didn't see anything, but then Tim spotted a small crack on the door. I walked over and opened it, and right outside was a heavy
who playing? Call the law, man. Y'all playing.
rock, big enough to throw and do some damage with. I looked around, seeing the parking lot was completely empty and nobody was nearby. Both of us were really confused and kind of freaked out.
Get to the
We
point.
talked about maybe calling the cops, but neither of us wanted to deal with that right now. To put things in perspective, it was 10 minutes before we were off, and if we called, then we'd be here for another hour at least. The crack on the door wasn't too big, not really that noticeable, so we chose to wait and just tell our manager the next day instead. We quickly finished up with the cleaning and left through the back door where our cars were parked. On the drive home, I rethought all the strange things that happened, and it made me uneasy. I pulled into my driveway and walked inside. It was late, so I knew I had to get in bed soon, but I wanted something to snack on first. I went to the kitchen to see what I had, but before I even opened the pantry, I heard a car splash through the puddles on the street outside my house. From the sound of it, I could tell it was parking. I walked over to my window and peeked outside, seeing a car parked right in front of my driveway.
It's the car from the
It
pizza
only
shop.
took me a second to realize it was the same car I'd seen outside the pizza shop.
This is easy. It makes it that much easier. You at home, go get your weapon. Go get your weapon, your artillery, and just wait outside. Or wait at the door.
A cold rush went through me,
Now,
and I
don't get
stayed in the
scared.
window to see what they were doing. The car was still on, but I couldn't see through their window. After a minute of no movement, I took out my phone and called Tim, telling him that I think one of the customers followed me home and was parked right outside my house.
Are you serious? You need to call the cops. Something's
Fact, why the fuck is you calling Tim? What?
not right.
He said, urging me to hang up and call the police immediately. I don't know why I was so nervous to call the cops, but hearing Tim say it made me feel better about it. I moved away from the
Keep
window
your eyes on the
and dialed
window.
911. The lady on the line said that they would have someone on their way and that I should stay hidden and wait. I heard a car door open and close, so I quickly said okay and hung up. Looking back out the window, a man was walking up my driveway. He was wearing dark clothes, covering his whole body, and a hood covering his face. As he approached the house, I closed the curtains by the window and waited. His footsteps came to the front door. Then they continued across the front of the house until they reached the outside of the window and stopped. The sudden silence
This nigga's scared and fuck. Me too.
made the sound of the rain increasingly louder. I felt like I was standing there quietly for minutes before I stepped
Why
forward.
would you do that? From behind the curtain, I'm like, hey, get the fuck out of here. The police on the way. And I got a big ass gun behind here.
You fucking bitch!
I'm tempted to just start shooting out the window. I'm not gonna lie. If I don't hear your footsteps walking back to your car, I'm about to just start shooting from behind the window. In the drapes. I don't care. You gotta go.
And moved the curtain an inch to the side, just enough to peek through.
Oh!
The man's cold eyes stared back at me. I let go of the curtain, and the man banged on the window. I stood a few feet away, terrified to death. And just as quick as it started, it ended.
It's a one-on-one at this
There
point,
was no
bro.
more
Face your fear.
banging,
You just gotta face
no
this shit.
footsteps.
The anticipation is,
Nothing.
would kill me.
All that was left was the sound of the raindrops clicking against the window. Although I never heard the man leave, he was gone when the police showed up. No car
He's
or
around the
man in sight. I told them all that had happened from the middle of my shift to the end of the night. They looked at me like I was crazy, and part of me felt crazy too.
Fuck y'all, nigga.
None of it made any sense, and there didn't seem to be any motive for the man to have done what he did. Honestly, because of that, the whole night had me messed up for a while. Going through something as senseless as that was really just fucked with my head. I'm hoping that by sharing this, someone may be able to help me understand what happened, or why the man did what he did.
Nigga, ain't nothing going on with you, man. Oh, what was that? Scary pizza thing at the end. Oh no, that was some other shit. Let me do one more. I want a good one, bro. Send me, hey, y'all send me some good ones, bro. Send me some good ones in the comments. Those was alright to me. Like, let me see. We gonna end it here. It's already a 25-minute long video. Send me some good ones though, y'all. Send me some file like from animated horror joints. Alright? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Great for y'all, man. We just gonna let go.
Alright. With that, gonna wrap things up. Excuse me.
Zachy,
But shout out to those of you who pulled up to the cabinet show here with your boy. I appreciate you. No raid today. You know, once again, no one here to send out on the raid. It's a-okay. We will try again next time. We give next time. Next time we here will be on Saturday before we return to our weekend of Isekai adventures. Starting things off. Not starting things off, but we'll be doing more. That time I got Isekai into the continent. We didn't get to play it last week, so this week we definitely getting into it. Hopefully, then there's no issues or setbacks. We're also going to be doing more. That time I got Isekai into Iliad, aka Digimon Storytime Stranger. And then, of course, we got more Watch on Roulette where we'll be watching more Dragon Ball GT. Dragon Ball GT. More Digimon, more Free Rend, and more My Hero. So definitely be sure to check back in here for it. Also, do consider hitting that follow button and subbing up to the channel if you like what we do here on the Monkey D Hero Stream Vote. If you want to support a small time part and all my endeavors. We gonna pass it on to announce it here to close us out properly. But before that, as always, thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Deuces. Later. Bye.
Alright, weebs, announcer hero here for one final time. I want to give a big shout out to those of you who watch the VODs or who are here live. Appreciate you. Hit the follow button at 500 followers. We're doing a 24-hour stream. Head over to the WHF Linktree to find links to our Discord to become a full member of the WHF community. My YouTube and Facebook, Captain's Cabin. My socials, Twitter, IG, the WHF socials, the WHF Patreon, and WHF merch. If you want to support me, my crew, and the WHF business and all our endeavors. Alright guys, this is Announcer Hero signing out.
お兄ちゃん